So up until this point, I've pretty much said that all this stuff that we've typed out so far is correct, and it should look like what we want it to look like. And if you kind of keep in mind what we're trying to build something that looks like this, right? So if we go back to our HTML inside of brackets, and we make sure we save it, right? So Apple OS, file save. If we have everything saved, what we can do is we can preview it. This is where Chrome comes in handy, but inside of brackets, there's this little lightning bolt in the top right. When we click that, it opens up Chrome. It's going to give us what's called a live preview, right? And if we kind of look at this, I'm going to zoom out so you can kind of see a little bit more of it. If you kind of look at this, we got our name, we got our image, we got all the little sections correct, and we got a copyright symbol and our links, and everything looks pretty good, right? Now, the cool thing about like brackets and Chrome here is that live preview. So if I kind of make these, a little bit different sizes, you can kind of see what I mean by that. So if for some reason I wanted this to be an H3, it's going to automatically change here, right? Now I don't want that, but you also notice though, if we select things, it's going to highlight those elements inside of Chrome as well. So it's pretty handy to just kind of be able to see what it's going to look like and be able to actually have it kind of live update as well. Okay. Now it is a little finicky, so if for some reason it breaks and it just can't get it to work, there is another way to open up your files and actually be able to look at them. And that's really just going into Box where we saved them and double clicking on them, and it'll open up as well. Now the thing that you won't get, even if you open up in Chrome, this is Firefox, even if you open it up in Chrome, it won't do the live preview this way. So when you do this, you'll have to, if you make any updates, you'll have to make the update, save it, and then when you go into Firefox, you can just hit the refresh button, and you'll notice that it updates that way. Okay, so it takes a second longer, but once you get kind of into that routine, being able to kind of see what it looks like and updating it and hit refresh, it's pretty straightforward. So there's a few different ways you can actually preview it. Try that out, see what works for you, but I'd recommend using the little lightning bolt up in the top right. Just makes it super easy to use, and it gives you that live preview that is pretty helpful and handy as you're kind of building that out. And as you're doing this, as you build things out and seeing what it's going to look like, you can kind of get a sense of what you type, how it's actually going to affect the way you look. And this is what's called designing in the browser. You're actually creating something that looks like something in the browser that people are actually going to use. So moving forward, this is where we're going to kind of switch. So that's enough HTML to kind of get us started. The way I usually describe it is you just need to know a certain amount. Just like playing a guitar, you only need 5 chords to really play a lot of songs. You only need to have a handful of HTML tags to really be able to build out a decent website to get started. So in the next videos, we're going to kind of switch over to the next layer up and take a look at CSS and how that presentation layer can make this look more like what we're trying to build in terms of a website that has a little bit of color and fonts and so on.